Alright, 6-6 Gamer back with MudRunner. Ooh, little freeze there. And we are on the crossing map still. Oop, I've made some progress. I got my crane truck over, loaded up. The dragon wagon and the 4320. But what? I have this fuel truck that you get on this side of the map, which is good. But I haven't unlocked this garage yet, and this fuel truck is hurting pretty bad. And so the only other truck I could use to get another garage trailer is the 4320, which I'd have to take back across the river and then come back again. So poorly planned. But that's alright. We'll make it. So let's switch over here. So after I talked about getting the Xbox controller, because the game and Windows and all that was already set up to use it, it's basically plug and play. The issue I found is it doesn't seem like the controls are configurable at all. If we go into the, like, here's the controller, and it's just it's fixed. I can't change anything. But it's not that bad, except on my Logitech controller, I actually had a manual transmission set up, and so I had 4 gears. These 4 buttons were set up as the gears. You know, the L1, L2, R1, R2, because the Logitech gamepad is basically a clone PS2 controller. So I had first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. You know, I got no benefit from the higher gears that you get in a manual gearbox setup because I've ran out of buttons, and the only crappy part is I had to hold the buttons down the entire time to keep it in gear. I was really hoping for like a toggle, just a toggle shift when I went over to the Xbox controller. I guess I should have looked at this first. But yeah, I don't think you can do a manual gearbox, or I haven't figured out how. So there's really, at least in MudRunner and American Wilds, there's hardly any, there's no options for the Xbox controller. It's not terrible. It's a pretty decent setup, but there's just no, when you're on PC, you expect to be able to pretty much customize all settings, and this is not it. And it's not even really the menu layout or the button layout that bothers me. It's the steering response. It's so delayed, which I guess I'm spoiled. I have to do a self-check and realize that that's probably a very realistic speed for how fast you can actually get these tires to turn. The Logitech controller was really fast. Not like keyboard, you know, instantly all the way to the left, instantly all the way to the right, but it was just fast, very snappy. I find that on this, I am, once I get going at speed, like, oh my gosh, and the wheel doesn't return to center either, it doesn't appear. So once you turn left, it pretty much stays left, or it returns super slow, which I guess I'm just spoiled. Like, my Logitech, see, I'm all over the road. Oh jeez, look at that. Just making a fool of myself. Okay. So it's just something I have to get used to. It's not... In retrospect, I don't think it's really the game's problem. It's my problem. So I was just used to unrealistic responsiveness with my other controller. But I still would hope that in Snowrunner... here we go again. In Snowrunner, we would be able to have some sensitivity sliders or something. There is a picture up that shows I think an Xbox controller or a PS4 controller maybe, and it does indeed show that oops, that's right, I'm still getting used to the setup here. Nope. There we go. So that's a benefit of the Xbox controller, is you can click through all the advanced menus and use your winch without having to grab the mouse. My Logitech controller, anytime I went into advanced mode, I pretty much had to go grab the mouse or keyboard to do anything beyond just driving. And to operate the crane, that is a good benefit of the Xbox controller. Operating the crane is super nice. So there's definitely, I think there's more positives. It's just the steering response. I think I'm just so used to it being unrealistically good. And like I said, that's not really a problem with the game. That's a problem with the way I've been used to playing, and I should really get used to this because this is more realistic, and I do like playing on hardcore, and I pride myself on that. So I should just get used to it. What happened? There we go. So that's that, really. Although I really liked the manual gearbox mode that I did have access to, getting up to 4th gear, and you never really need more than 4 gears in this game anyways. So that was never really a problem. Let's see, I'm so bad at steering now. It's something I've really got to get used to. So, Snowrunner. So there's been people apparently in Germany or somewhere got hard copies early. They weren't supposed to. And now we're... Oh, I messed up. Oh boy. Alright, well, let's go on an adventure. I don't even think I can get through there. But backing up this trailer is pretty much not an option for any real distance. Nope. Yeah, I guess that's definitely a more realistic steering behavior than what I was used to. Come on, what can I knock over here? Oh, there we go. Make my own way, damn it. Only problem is getting the trailer stuck, which feels like has already happened. Oh, come on. Okay. Yes. Made it to the ravine. What? Thank you. Whew. Man, I've really got to get used to this steering. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same in Snowrunner. There's no reason for it to really be vastly different. Okay, there's the lumber mill. Oh, it's right there. Okay, not a problem. You know what's crazy is it's actually, I have found on a lot of maps, these ravines, or creek beds, whatever, are easier to navigate than some of the roads. And it's just crazy. Like, some of the roads are so tore up and muddy that it's easier just to go in an old creek bed. Alright, hopefully this doesn't get too loud. It's loud in my ear. Seems pretty loud. And we're just only going to be 7 points. Let's see, can I... Yep. That's a good thing. See, so I can operate pretty much all the menus with this controller. I was going to turn this game volume down even more. But that is a good thing about this controller. You can operate all the menus. And so now, as I usually do, I've pulled in probably at the most inconvenient angle and now have to turn around to get out of here. Damn it, man. Yeah, there's no reason to take this truck back over unless I just want to go get a garage trailer with it. I can just abandon the log trailer. I don't know if I can actually cross there. So there's, obviously I'm probably good here, but this is a very long way across this river. Yeah, the only crossing I've scouted is over here. My Napco, I don't think can make it anywhere. Sometimes you can, it looks like you can see shallow spots if you zoom out on the map. There's a very faint shading, and it seems like that identifies crossings, but then here there is none, but you can definitely drive all the way across right there. Oof, I don't know. I mean, it takes a lot to kill the dragon wagon, but I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what, let's switch gears, figuratively and literally, because I've got to get these logs to the lumber mill anyways. Oh, can't do that, damn it. Well, that's fine, yeah. So I'll just go back to the road and then go left, go all the way around, get fuel, and then we'll try the actual roadway here, or dirt road. So I've been obsessed with Snowrunner. I've been like watching the forums like an addict. too much, honestly. You know, because the forums don't move very fast. It's not a super huge group there, so it's not very responsive, but I'm just like constantly looking for new posts. And I think I found my first real complaint with Snowrunner is that they have not improved on the transmission mechanics that I can tell from what we've seen. And my biggest gripe is that there's no oh, doesn't need that. There we go. My biggest like spin tires, I get it. It is what it is. You know, it wasn't perfect. It was a kind of a niche game, eventually down to a one-man. Wow, see how I'm just all over the road? I'm down to a one-man development team for a long time. Bless the guy's heart. I think Pavel, I think it is. So I give it a lot of leeway. Snowrunner has like a full-on development team, and the game looks great. But the fact that they still the functions of a transfer case and a transmission are basically the same in Snowrunner, and it was the same way in spin tires. So if you don't really understand, like, I know everybody gets like, oh yeah, there's low gear and then there's automatic. Well, a transfer case is what gives you low gear, not a transmission necessarily. Now there are transmissions, of course, on bigger trucks and even old pickup trucks, heavy-duty pickup trucks that, you know, have very low, like first gears, maybe even a second gear, like just extremely ridiculous gear ratio. They call them granny gears because like you could floor the truck and it would just crawl along because the gear ratio was so high, you know. So quick example, if you don't really understand gear ratios or the, you know, what the very old variations might be. So I've got an old 87 Chevy truck. The common 4-speed transmission that came with that truck actually had a decent first gear for the era and automatic transmissions of a 3.76 to 1. So getting close to 4 to 1 first gear. But like the 3-speed transmission that a lot of people like because it's a stronger transmission, the first gear is only like 2.5 to 1 or something silly. I mean, it's not really very low at all. So naturally, I went with the 4-speed transmission for my truck because it is an off-roader, but it doesn't carry a, you know, I didn't really need at the time a heavy-duty transmission. That wasn't carrying a lot of weight or anything, and I'm living in North Florida. It's not like we don't have rock crawling or anything like that, and that's not really my bag anyways. But I do like things overbuilt, and I like to pull stuff. I love pulling people out of holes or helping people pulling stuff. It's just, I don't know, something weird about me. So definitely one of the lowest first gear I could get and the lowest transfer case I could get. So that's another example. Transfer cases, the super strong transfer case that is sought after, or was sought after, it may still be, but we're talking probably 20 years since, well, long time since I really started building this truck. So it may have gone out of favor now just because it was old and there's probably newer stuff to go after. But the strong gear-driven transfer cases that go behind the transmission that then give you that front-wheel drive and the low range was only 2 to 1 low range. That's it. Like, oh, that's 100% increase. Yeah, but that's not that much. Um, the chain drive lightweight case that GM used and other people used was, I want to say, almost 3 to 1. It was like 276 or something, or no, 308. I think it was like 3.08 to 1 or something weird. It was right around 3 to 1. So you actually got a better low range with the lightweight chain drive case, which I really liked. I had in my truck as well. So, I was all about having the option for those low gears when you need them. So a granny gear and some of the old stick shifts and like work heavy duty civilian pickup trucks in America were like 6 to 1. So then if you think about that, even if you had, so you could put your truck in first gear. Wait a minute, I didn't even do what I want to do here. I don't need to. So, first gear is 6 to 1. Then you could put, this depending on the transfer case you had, and then of course if you did have that old transmission stick shift, you probably had the older gear driven transfer case too. So you had a 2 to 1 low range in your transfer case. So now you're looking at 12 to 1 gears in first gear. Like you're pushing first gear, low range, transfer case setting. You've got like 12 to 1. That's crazy. Like that's ridiculously slow. But, God knows the amount of torque multiplication involved there. And you get into your axle gears and stuff too. So I have a problem with MudRunner and now probably Snowrunner because, like, let's look at our menu here. We've got 1 Plus, which I've never really understood what that is. I guess it's like high range on the transfer case, which is 1 to 1. That's what high range is. So it doesn't actually speed anything up. It's just 1 to 1. There's no gear reduction. So I guess 1 Plus is like high range, so you can operate your diff locks and have your 4-wheel drive, but you don't have gear reduction. Then you have the low setting, which is 1, and apparently there's even like 3 settings, which I don't quite get. I guess it's simulating going through first, second, and third gear in the transmission in low range, maybe. But in real air quotes, in real life, I should be able to go through every gear in high range, and technically you could go through every gear in low range in a truck, but eventually your motor would blow up because your motor would have to spin so fast. And like say 5th gear in a low range that your motor would just disintegrate or something would give out. So I'm sorry, I'm still getting used to these controls again. So that's what I don't like, and I wish, because I know that like transmission upgrades in Snowrunner are going to be just a one purchase, upgrade transmission. That's it. There's not upgrade transmission and then match that transmission with say a different transfer case. Which is definitely what you should be able to do. So I don't know, and I guess apparently the complaint about the lack of realism with the transfer case, well, not even really being technically a module on the trucks, it doesn't come really into play at all, and then it's all just called transmission. And then that also comes into, apparently there's no traditional hardcore mode in Snowrunner yet. Maybe it'll be one of their battle pass or season pass things. But as of right now, from all the leaked game footage and everybody watching all the trailers and everything, like hawks, looking for every detail, there doesn't really seem to be any indication of a hardcore mode. And so that pretty much means that we might be stuck with this default transmission setup. There might not even be a manual gearbox mode, which I think would probably upset some people. Definitely will upset some people, maybe not a majority of people. So that's really my first gripe. This is loud. Yes, yes, thank you. Oh, you know what? You can't. You know what? That's another thing. I don't even think you can. Oh, I can detach this. I don't want to unlock the next lumber mill until I finish the garage and the waypoint. I want to get like 100%, you know? Damn it. Sorry guys, on my Logitech, the map was the right hand like start button or whatever. So I keep hitting that, pulling up the menu. So do I just drop this trailer and run across the river to get a garage trailer? Because I want to get 100%. Oh, and it kills me that you can't put a long log trailer on the 8x8. Like, what the heck? Yeah, we should probably just do it, huh? Let's look at our fuel between the two trucks. Oof, this one's already used a bunch. We got a lot of fuel left on this one. So we don't even have to come back to this log point. So let's take the beast, because I love this truck anyways. And advanced. Detached trailer. I'll leave that behind. Turn on our old headlights. Hey, I didn't hit the menu that time. Oh, can I do? Nope. Hold, change. How do I? Oh, add path node is bumper buttons. Oh, look at that. Okay. So now what? Okay. And then, okay. Oh, nope. Hey. Nope. Damn it. That's weird. I'll just use the mouse. That's tripping me out. Okay. And I hate that hitting OK like erases. And we'll just do that. Because I don't know where I can cross here. We'll just figure it out. I did it. Okay. Oh, now it's going light. Awesome. So yeah, that's, you know, I could hope for a change possibly in the future with more advanced driving modes. You know, manual gearbox setup. I pray for controller configurables or custom configurations. But it looked like, though, guys, there was a picture of the controller, and then I gotta see where my wheels are. And there was just like 4 different layouts you could choose from, but nothing that said custom or, you know, I didn't seem like there was any options to customize your layout. You could just pick four, you know, like 4 templates, basically, which, that sucks. So, if that's the case. Whew. Alright, Big Mama, here we go. Ooh. Oh. Ah. It's like easy breezy. Come on. I'm trying to save some fuel, even though there's really no need, I don't think. Because there's a fuel point just south of the garage we're going to. Now see, I basically stopped my wheel spin, but I'm going just as fast. So throttle control, it's cool that they even say that in one of the trailers, that throttle control is going to be really important. So basically, the game's not going to be playable without a controller. You know, hopefully there'll be wheel support. I might even look into wheel support. Well, the only thing I'll look into wheel support for is if there's like full manual gearbox mode, like advanced driving settings, because I'll have to have a wheel. What are we stuck on? Come on, really? That rock right there? Is that what's... How are we getting stuck here? That's ridiculous. Okay. Jeez. Man. Find a notch through these trees. There's a nice little path right over here, y'all. So yes, I mean, Snowrunner, I'm still super excited, guys. Don't get me wrong. I would have hoped that with all their advancements, they would have, good grief, done a little bit more with the transmissions, modes, and gear changes. You know, but hey, the game is not even out yet. They have 4 DLC, whatever things planned. So, you know, advanced transmission modes could come at a later time, you know? So I'm not really going to freak out too much about it. That's, you know, because a lot of people are already getting upset over certain trucks based on real vehicles that have diff locks or don't have diff locks, and they're like, oh, that's not how it is in the real world. You know, that truck never came with that, or that truck did come with that, and why doesn't it have it in game? And it's like, oh my gosh, people, man, like, I don't know. I guess I'm being a total fanboy on Snowrunner because I just found something to bitch about, and even then, I really don't think once I start playing, I don't think it's going to bother me that much. I'm just super excited that it's so much more content. Like, it's not just logging. Like, some of the cargo that they've showed just looks awesome to haul around. Like, I don't know. I have this weird fascination and love for, like, truckers and you know, hauling equipment. You know, it's something I've done in the Army a little bit. It wasn't really ever my job necessarily, my dedicated job, but I've had to do it because anyways, that's just how it is sometimes. And I loved it. Um, dude, when I would find any excuse to go load up the Oshkosh freaking 8x8 with a 40-ton lowboy and drive up and down the road carrying something or going to pick something up. I just loved it. There's nothing like driving a freaking a HEMT in America, heavy equipment, something mobile transport, something like that, some sort of acronym. Everything's an acronym. And they have a bunch of different model numbers, so I'm not going to say one model number because there's so many variations. But that Oshkosh 8x8, it's rolling down the highway and all the civilian truckers would wave at you or honk their horns at you, and it's like, hell yeah, man, I'm one of you guys today. So, yeah, I'm super excited for this game. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like dying. I saw some forum posts for somebody said, why can't they release it early? And then everybody else was blasting them about, oh, you're so entitled, and it'll come out when it comes out, blah blah blah, and these things are set way, which is all true, but there was a part of me deep down inside like, yeah, like I'm not on quarantine, like I'm still working, and Tuesday release sucks for me. Can we release it on Saturday or Sunday, please? But I get it. Game releases are set way in advance, and if they haven't already announced some sort of early access, it's not coming. Like, it's too late for them to do stuff like that. Unless they had direct download from their own website, their own managed distribution tied in, they're having to go through all these other companies that they're depending on for distribution, and those companies have all their stuff set, so as much as I would love to have the game this weekend, I'm gonna try to finish MudRunner on the hardest I can make it, was just doing the 1-star balance or whatever at the beginning of the game. And so now I need trailer hitch, garage semi-trailer, and this is what I'm so excited for. See, like, they have the lowboy in the game, but it's got a Connex on it for your garage parts or whatever. Now, American Wilds, I think there is actually a flatbed trailer, but where's the? Nope, I messed up my camera view. Garage semi-trailer. What the? Oh, okay. I hope whatever happened there gets fixed. Oh my god. What was that? Oh, wow. Holy moly, what was that? Oh, you've got to be kidding. This has bound us up in the garage. You've got to be joking. I just found the spin tires cracking. Just got unleashed on me. Holy moly. What in the world? I kind of like this too. The quick winch, or the... See, I can't do this with the Logitech controller either. Nope, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. Go back. Dang it. No. Oh, I'm messing this all up. Advanced. Release. Okay. No? Is that the wrong idea? that is the right idea. I don't like just giving up on stuff right away. I should probably just release the trailer and get a new one, but because I have no idea what just happened. Damn it. Seriously, what happened? Wow, it's crazy. You guys ever had that happen before? I think I've had that happen before. You attach a trailer in the garage area and it just suddenly throws your truck. Oh, wow, look at that. What kind of force was put on that? What? Oh, is it through a tree? Is that what happened? Is that my fault for not giving the trailer enough space? Okay, let's try this again. We'll go way over here in the corner. Okay, here we go. Oop. Hey. There we go. Yeah, something. I think the trailer spawned like partly inside of a tree. That must be what happened. Did it again. So, anyways, I don't. How long is this video going? Probably too long. So just some more rambling, guys, about Snowrunner coming up, MudRunner in general, mechanics. You know, talked about diffs. No wait. Transmission and transfer cases. Yeah, that was my rant today. So, we'll end this. Probably release a couple more videos as we approach Snowrunner, and then I don't know, man. I'm really excited. Everybody was complaining about the people that got the game early. Everybody was watching their videos or their streams. They're like, God, they're so noobs. And I watched one video, and it was in German. This is my last thing before I end the video. And this message kept popping up, like every few seconds in German. And, you know, German and English are actually fairly close. And I thought it was something about a winch. And I didn't realize, because this portion of the video was at night. This guy was just, I think somebody called it Spider-Manning. He was just attaching his winch. Like he was not driving without his winch attached to something. So he was attaching his winch, going forward, detaching, attaching to the next tree. Yeah, Spider-Manning. That makes sense. So he was just, and I was like, what? And it was just freaking me out because I didn't realize what he was doing. And it's just, you know, this little pop-up in German keeps coming up in the middle of the screen because it's telling him his winch is attached or detached or whatever. And he was doing it so fast. And I was just blew me away. And I was like, God, do people really play the game like that? Like, holy moly. So, like, I don't know. I might try Twitch out when this comes out, too. You know, let's get some people that know what they're doing, or at least know about what, maybe more experience with real life stuff, off road and shit. Try to play the game with a little more knowledge. So that's it. We're gonna call this quits for tonight. And I'll see you guys around.